It's been 17 years since the release of Kilian's Love and Be Shy, perfume that gained extreme popularity when the public found out that the perfume Rihanna wore and everybody complimented her on it was none other than Love Don't Be Shy Eau de Parfum. All the Rihanna fans wanted to dust out this fragrance and to smell like this, so the fragrance, of course, became incredibly popular. I have the travel size of the Eau de Parfum and a full bottle of the extant version that came out in 2021. How similar are they? And if you're considering which one to buy or which one would suit you the most, then this in-depth review will help you in making that decision. First, I'll review both fragrances, then I'll compare them and rate them, so stay tuned until the end. And hello everyone, I'm Miri, welcome back, and here we talk in depth about fragrances. That's why first I want to mention its inspiration, because all Kilian perfume bottles are engraved with a motif of Achilles' shield on the sides. And Achilles is a character in Homer's ancient epic Greek poem called Iliad. He was a very strong warrior in Trojan War, and he used a shield constructed by Hephaestus, god of the forge, in battle. The shield is described in great detail in more than 100 lines in Iliad, and it became a symbol of protection and seduction. Just like that extraordinary, skillfully crafted shield that befitted Achilles as a hero who wields it, all Kilian perfumes are crafted so they would befit the person who wears them. Also, the name of the perfume is hand engraved on all metal plates, giving a touch of luxury. After the launch and huge success of Mugla's Angel, the first gourmand ever created, which invented its own family by combining ethyl methyl with patchouli, Kilian Hennessy wanted to create another gourmand perfume using ethyl methyl but without patchouli, and instead they used marshmallows. On Fragrantica, many notes of the Eau de Parfum are listed. On Kilian's website, only 3 are mentioned, and those are neroli, orange blossom, and marshmallow. I know the scent has been reformulated several times, but how the current formulation smells? Well, it opens with this quite sharp orange blossom and this sweet, juicy, fruity, bubblegummy marshmallows that are thick, loud, and pink smelling. You also get some citruses which add like a bit of freshness and greenness, but the scent is sweeter than it is fresh. And there is also tiny bits of powdery iris in the opening as well. So all those notes combined remind me of fun fair. So imagine it's a warm summer night, you're at fun fair eating some cotton candy and your friend is chewing orange bubble gum. This is the opening of Love and Be Shy Eau de Parfum. It's fun, nostalgic, girly, candy floss or bubblegum type of scent that doesn't smell cheap, because iris gives it like this powdery, elegant touch, and also neroli adds a bit of green freshness. The Eau de Parfum doesn't change drastically in the dry down, but it becomes less dense and more powdery, marshmallowy, and vanillic with some syrupy caramel. Orange blossom and marshmallow are definitely focal points in this perfume, while other florals such as jasmine and UV rose are noticeable only if you really focus on this perfume. A subtle green undertone is noticeable in the background of Love and Be Shy Eau de Parfum, but it's not very prominent, although it keeps the scent from being like juvenile, teenager, candied sugar fragrance. But I must tell you that Love and Be Shy Eau de Parfum is a very sweet, sugary, delectable, tooth-aching and cavity-inducing scent, but it's never too sickly sweet. Like, it doesn't give me a headache, but that's just my experience. And I must tell you that from time to time in this perfume appears some note similar to roseberry, so the heart of Love and Be Shy Eau de Parfum smells like conversation hearts you get on Valentine's Day, or a scent of marshmallow with powdered sugar topped with candied oranges. The scent is just fluffy, it's sweet, it's orangey, bubblegummy marshmallow that is so delicious, like you're you're biting into a soft marshmallow dissolving on your tongue. In the base, floral notes gradually become softer and the scent is less sweet, with some beautiful and addictive smoky, roasty vanilla, slightly animalic musk, and leathery labdanum that gives sensuality. So this fragrance would still smell grown up and a bit sensual. The closest thing that Love Don't Be Shy Eau de Parfum smells in the base is the scent of sugared oranges with which you decorate edges on the glass. So the scent is slightly bitter and smoky, orangey, and just pleasantly sweet in the base. And now let's talk about the X-Tam version. It came out 14 years after the original, and yes, it is quite different. On Kilian website, notes listed for this perfume are orange blossom, rose overdose, and marshmallow. And what you get in the opening is this sweet orange blossom and some like fluffy marshmallow, but with tart, citrusy notes similar to a scent of lemon. And this opening reminds me very much of the opening of Memo Paris Sintra, but in Sintra, Petite Grain was too tart, too sharp, too green for my liking. But luckily, the opening of Love Don't Be Shy X-Tam isn't that green and pungent. Tart citruses elevate and freshen up a very sweet scent profile from the original. And the opening smells like a combination of citronella, candle, freshness and zestiness together with orange-infused marshmallows. This is definitely a fresher, more citrusy version of the original in the opening, but that neroli and bergamot tartness lasts only for about 15 minutes, and then the scent becomes sweeter, more powdery, more floral, and the original DNA comes out in the heart. Marshmallow becomes more prominent, and it gives this like powdery, fluffy, soft character to the scent, while the center stage is equally shared by the rose and this syrupy sweet orange blossom you also got in the original. And rose cuts through that sugary, powdery sweetness of the original Love Don't Be Shy DNA. So this perfume is slightly bit more sophisticated and grown up than the original. Rose in X-Tam version isn't grama or rich, fleshy rose or even earthy, dried rose or even like dewy rose. No, rose here smells powdery, candid, and like it's sugar dusted, while the scent also retains some citrusy sourness and freshness and greenness from the opening. Like rose stems are also used in this perfume. That green sweet rose smells to some like chalky grape Smarties, but I would describe this fluffy, but also slightly citrusy, sugary, sweet rose scent profile in the X-Tam version as the scent of rose water infused marshmallows with some rose stems drizzled with orange syrup, or even like some Middle Eastern dessert like a scent of Turkish rose delight with sugary sweet orange blossoms and neroli. This is very powdery and sweet, but florals are also prominent and the scent is balanced with citrusy freshness. So this perfume does have gourmand qualities, but it's also very floral. Rose is noticeable even in the dry down when it's combined with this musky, powdery, sugary vanilla. And I don't smell pomegranate per se, like the scent of the fruit, but I can smell some tart, light fruitiness it adds to the composition. So Love Don't Be Shy X-Tam finishes as a scent of powdered sugar with musk sticks that have floral and musk aroma. So you're left with this delicious powdered rose water type of scent in which sweetness is restrained but still very noticeable. If you found these reviews helpful, informative and descriptive so far, let me know by booping the like button, and you can subscribe and hit the notification bell for more content coming up. And now let's talk about the similarities and differences between these two perfumes, Love Don't Be Shy Eau de Parfum and Love Don't Be Shy X-Tam. Both perfumes are a sweet orange blossom and powdery marshmallow type of perfume with some citruses, but they are done quite differently. The Eau de Parfum starts with bubblegummy marshmallow and orange blossom, while in the X-Tam you get a zesty, fresh and green lemon-like note with marshmallows and orange blossom. So the opening of the eau de parfum is more bubblegummy and candy-like, while the opening of the Extam is greener and fresher. In the heart of the eau de parfum, orange blossom and marshmallow are equally prominent with caramel, syrupy, candied facets, while in the Extam, orange blossom and rose share the main stage, and the scent doesn't have any caramel, so the eau de parfum is more focused on the marshmallow and it has caramel nuances, while in the Extam you get a prominent rose and stronger powdery aspects. In the base of Love Don't Be Shy eau de parfum, you get some smoky vanilla with slightly animalic musk, while in the base of Love Don't Be Shy Extam, you can smell a bit of that tartness from pomegranate and powdered sugar with rose. So the dry down of the Extam isn't as dense as the dry down of the eau de parfum, because in Extam you don't get caramel, smoky vanilla or other heavier notes. Therefore, eau de parfum has a smoky animalic vanilla base, while the Extam has a powdery, sugary, tart rose base. In short, the eau de parfum is a scent of orange cotton candy, while the Extam is a scent of powdered rose Turkish delight. The eau de parfum is sweeter and more candy-like, syrupy and bubblegummy, while the Extam is fresher and more dessert-like, powdery and floral. In the eau de parfum, main floral note is definitely orange blossom, while the most prominent floral note in the Extam is rose. That's why the original feels more youthful, fun, flirty and playful, and therefore not very sexy, although it has some sensuality and this mischievous flair in the dry down. But yes, this is not a sexy perfume. It's more like, unicorns, pink rainbows, a type of girly, playful, sweet, candy-like scent. So it gives a youthful and playful vibe, while on the other hand, Extam is a more mature version of the original, although it's not very mature, but it feels like that because this is not a sticky, sweet, candy-like perfume. It feels less artificial, at least to me, and it's more floral, so it smells more composed, ladylike, and grown-up compared to the original. It has this grown-up and sophisticated vibe, and it's like they created the eau de parfum for the cuter, younger years when you're in your 20s, and the Extam when you're still playful, but now you know what you want from life and you're not afraid to get it. Both perfumes are wearable all year round. In early summer, yes, but not on the hottest summer days. And they're both very feminine without a doubt. Although if you have both and if you take into consideration the amount of sweetness and freshness in them, then the original would be better for fall and winter because it's denser, thicker and sweeter, while the Extam would be a bit better for spring and summer because it's fresher, more floral and airier. I wouldn't recommend wearing either one of them to the office because they could be cloying and they smell a bit too special to be everyday fragrances, so they would be ideal for special occasions just like first dates or some evening outings. Considering performance, Extam lasts longer. I get about 4 to 5 hours of longevity from the eau de parfum and 6 to 7 hours of lasting power in the Extam version, but both last longer on clothes. Also, if you consider projection and sellage, Extam is a moderate projecting fragrance. It projects up to arm's length, while the eau de parfum projects a lot more for the first 2 hours and then becomes a skin scent. So original is initially stronger in terms of the projection, but Extam lasts longer. In my opinion, eau de parfum and Extam share the same DNA, but they are quite different. And over the past years, I noticed that people either like eau de parfum, either they like Extam version. I would say they're about 85% similar, so you could have them both. For example, you can have this one for colder weather because it's sweeter, and you can have this one for spring and summer because it's fresher. But since they're a bit pricey, which theme will you be on? If you like very syrupy, candid, sugary, sweet, gourmand perfumes, you will love the original because it's very bubbly and fun. It's one of the happiest perfumes I ever smelled. And someone on Fragrantica described this perfume really well. That person compared Love Don't Be Shy Eau de Parfum with enormous, over-decorated wedding cake. And it is a bit over the top, excessive, carefree, high-calorie, cavity-inducing treat. But that just means it will be a show-stopping fragrance. It smells sunny, it smells delicious, but you must be on board with such sweetness, otherwise it will be cloying for you and headache-inducing. Therefore, this is a polarizing perfume. The juice has this like intense red color, so it will stain lighter colored clothes. I would rate the scent and performance of Love Don't Be Shy Eau de Parfum with 7 out of 10 because performance isn't really the best on my skin. If the original was too sweet, too sugary, too gourmand for you, and you like roses and powder perfumes, then check out Love Don't Be Shy X Tam. I think this version will suit you more. But the name, it's a bit misleading. When you think, of the X-Tam version, you immediately think this will be the same as the original, but just stronger. Yes, X-Tam has a bit better lasting power, but it's not more intense in terms of projection and sillage, although it is more intense in a way that it has amped up florals compared to the original. And just like the original, this one is also a polarizing fragrance. If you dislike green notes, if you dislike powdery rose, this won't be the scent for you. But for me, when I was deciding between Eau de Parfum and the X-Tam version, I decided to go with the X-Tam because it was easier for me to wear, and also it's not off the chart sweet and it lasts longer. So yes, I decided to buy Love Don't Be Shy X-Tam, and I would rate this perfume, its scent profile and performance, with 8.5 out of 10. But that is just my preference. Yours might be completely opposite, and that's perfectly fine. We have different noses, different skin chemistries, so I hope this in-depth comparison helped you to decide which one would you like more, which one would suit you better, and if you already have them both, what do you think? Which one is better to you? How would you compare them? And do you think these two perfumes are overrated or appropriately rated? Let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, so it could spread to more people. And if you would like to watch another in-depth comparison video between two popular perfumes, then check out this video next. I will see you there. Bye!